This is Stefan and Rene. They are young, and they are up and coming in the world. Their photography company, Blackrock Studio, is picking up business, and they're going to need to get around without emptying too much of their bank account, and preferably get around fast. Naturally, a motorcycle is in order, and we think it should be one like this, the KTM 390 Duke.
Quite frankly, this is the perfect motorcycle. In fact, this whole sort of 300 class is kind of the new in thing. They're small, they're light, they're nimble, easy to ride, economical, and a lot of fun. A heck of a lot of fun. In some circumstances, I'd say more fun than a superbike.
And then we have the Duke itself. This is a 2023 model, kindly loaned to us by the people at Rad KTM. And it's excellent.
And the KTM 390, it's just superb what KTM have done with this motorcycle. It's how much sort of energy and life they've got out of a single cylinder, well in this one 373cc motor.
That single pushes 43.5 horsepower and 37 Newton meters of torque, which is remarkable.
It puts out the same sort of top end as the twins, yet with all that kind of single cylinder grunt and liveliness. How do they do that? How do they do that?
And that includes a TFT dash and a price of $104,999. As we said, the 390 Duke is remarkable. And now there is a new one, a 2024 390 Duke. And there are a lot of changes. In fact, everything has changed, including the looks, with a new headlight, new plastic arches, new daytime running lights, and pretty much new everything.
It looks stronger in that, it's got these sort of arches around the side. It's like, oh, look at me, strong man, strong man. And no funny split headlights. And daytime running lights down the side. I like it. I do like the look of this thing. Even the side sort of shock gives it like an element of something. You know what I mean? It's just something to kind of look at. It's something that kind of takes the eye. This is a good looking motorcycle. A motorcycle you park proudly anywhere. Even if it's not a Super Duke or whatever it is, it's a 390. Hey, it looks good. It'll look good anywhere.
The motor has very much changed too. The cylinder has been made bigger, up from 373cc to 399, with all that capacity coming from a 4mm longer stroke. The cylinder head is new, as is the gearbox. And you might notice that the rear shock is now offset. That is to make room for a bigger airbox so that the bike has bigger lungs to breathe with. And the result of all of these changes? Well, 1 extra horsepower and 2 Newton meters of torque.
That's not a lot, is it? I mean, for all that effort, all that faff, is that all? What I can tell you what I think happened is Euro 4 to Euro 5. Bureaucracy, in other words. Now, the step to get from Euro 4 to Euro 5 is huge. Apparently, the sort of milestones that the engineers have to reach are just extraordinary. And the fact that they're able to do it while producing the same, if not more, or better power than they did before is miraculous. Utterly miraculous.
But surely with all those changes, there must be some sort of difference in the feel of the motor.
I do think it's got slightly more mid-range than the previous one. That's normally what they do. It doesn't make that much more horsepower, but the mid-range is better. It's definitely smoother. So here we go, third gear. I'm going to go down to about 3,000 RPM and open the throttle. So there's a bit of a lag. 5,000, there we go. Picks up. So that's very good. I mean, for a single cylinder, that's very, very, very good. 3,000, normally it's clunking and cluttering and getting all over the place. It's remarkably smooth.
There's more changes than just the motor. The entire frame has been redone with a steel mainframe and an aluminium subframe The new WP Apex forks have adjustable rebound and compression, while the off-center rear shock has preload and rebound adjustment. These are something that the previous 390s never had. The single front brake disc and the caliper are completely new. Meanwhile, the seat has been given extra cushioning for more comfort, all while the overall seat height has actually gone down.
And it does feel smoother on the road. Just this road isn't, I mean, it's not that bumpy, but it's not the smoothest, and it just feels a bit more sort of glacial on this bike. It is sort of more comfortable, and I like this new dash. Especially, check it out, by the way, new buttons. They look a bit weird, they're sort of conked in, it's like someone sort of hit them with something. But they do look classier than the previous bike. The previous bike did look a little bit like it was sort of off a toy in a toy shop. But this one, you go to ride mode, you put it in track mode, and then you get a new dash. And the dash has got a lap timer, which is very cool, because you can, get lap times, or time how long it takes you to get to work, or whatever,
No doubt your co-workers will be riveted to hear about your new commuting records. But there is more to this bike than just speed and technology. KTM's motto may be ready to race, but there is definitely more to the new 390 than just race pace.
And this makes a big difference, especially for, and this happens quite a amount, I mean, not just riding to work, 20 minutes, half an hour to work, but when you do go on longer rides, we got to spend 2 hours in the saddle, and hey, it happens, and why not? It's not a sort of bike you want to do high speed with for long periods of time, especially without a screen, but you do it. You can spend 2 hours in the saddle easily, and then after that more, you're going distance. And that makes a difference. This makes a difference. This bike is smoother. It will be smoother on your hands. It'll be smoother on your arms. You'll feel less tired. Everything will just feel a lot better. And that is a big difference. And sitting here, I do feel classier. I feel like I've gone up a notch in class. Yeah, Starling, definitely. Just with the buttons. They have this black classy sort of look to it. Glossy black look. I do like that. I do feel more sophisticated sitting on this motorcycle. And the customer should. Customers should feel sophisticated, upper class. Look down my nose with other people. Not that the customers are, but it does have that look.
It is quite amazing, and what's more, even with the upgraded suspension that usually steepens the price a good deal, it hasn't gone up too much. Just 110,000 Rand. That's really not bad.
Stefan and Renee should definitely buy one of these.